Good people, how y'all doing today? Yeah, it kind of felt nice outside. Iceman, what's up? Like two, what's good, bruh? What's up, more man? What's good? Street Elements Magazine. What's up, man? I ain't heard from you in a minute. What's up, Terrence? What's happening, homie? Top of the morning. What's up, Joe? Salute from South Philly. What's up, young boy? I was just reading this, Joe, in one of them news breaks. I don't know how many of y'all. It's only a few people on here right now. But if y'all watch me when I be running my mouth, or especially if I be ranting about some of that black and white tension in the federal prison system, if you notice, I always say it really ain't no go hard ABs on the compounds. That's true. Straight up ABs from like that California breed, the brand, like your Barry Mills, like all your young guys. They're a different type of group of white uh, brotherhood. But I seen an article today out of out of Arizona. I want to say Tucson. I'm gonna do a little story on it, but I bet you this dude is some form of an AB. I forgot his name. I think his name is Westman or something. But I'm gonna do a whole story on. I'm gonna do a video on a lady with pictures and all that type of stuff, gruesome stuff. But I'm saying all this to say that your go hard white guys, what your ABs used to be, they not in the feds no more. They in the state system. And remember the ABs that everybody talk about when you talk about the ABs and the DC blacks. Even the black guys that came to the feds, they went to war with the ABs, weren't your typical federal prisoners. They were Lawton prisoners, so they were a form of a state prisoner. Although we don't do state prisoners where I'm from, but we do local. But this dude, this white dude who I'm gonna do the video on later on today, this Bama killed 3 people in one day, a year after he strangled his cellie to death. Like, this white dude is a machine, a killing machine. Like, I can't be around no white dude like that. We might as well just take off. Like, I ain't been around no white dude to kill 3 people in one day, bruh. He killed 3 jokes in one day. Shout out to Miami, man. Walking the beach right now would be nice too. Why you sitting over there, Momo? Come here. Good girl. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. That wouldn't be bad at all. Stop biting her. Stop. Definitely them called ABs. Yeah, I mean, and that's where a lot of them at, but they not the original California boys. Them dudes is in them Texas state prisons and them Arizona state prisons. They're a different breed of Aryan brother. That's why a lot of them got different names now. I'm had to check with my man Chad Marks. I don't even keep up with all the different names no more. Like Aryan Resistance. It's too many of them for me to name. Top of the morning, salute from Chicago. Free Larry Hoover. Free Larry King Hoover. I'm about to do yo, chill out. I'm about to do a story on what they got going on with him and his compassionate release. They got a lot of games they playing with his compassionate release. Go do your purpose. What that mean, bro? What you mean by that? What you alluding to as my purpose? Chanel, easy. Come here. Didn't I just say easy? That's a little dog. Chill out. Come here. Yo, come here. Hey, you. Detroit versus everybody. Or was it the Serenos? Hold on, what you say? E, didn't you have that stare down with the ABs in Lee County? Nah, I ain't getting into it with no ABs in Lee County. We had a beef with I'm gonna have to ask my man. We had a beef with a black group. I wanna say a black group out of Chicago. It might have been GDs, but it wasn't the serious older GDs. It was the young ragtag GDs, if you get what I'm saying. And I don't mean no disrespect to GDs. If I was trying to disrespect them, I would. But we didn't have no stare down on no Mexican standoff with no Serenos when I was in Lee County. We had a standoff kind of like with some, yeah, them was GDs because the dude was from Chicago and he was flirting with Islam. So he had like some guys that were saying he was Muslim, but he was really on his GD gangbanging shit, and he stole my homie's shoes. My homie was fresh to the federal system. So some of the homies on the compound really didn't know him, and it got to me, and I got into it. And I died like, I got a lot of homies to come outside that day, and we sent the message to the guy saying that, yo, we ain't got to do it like this or do it like that, but if you don't bring them shoes out here as soon as the count clear on the next move, you gonna understand what they be talking about when they say them DC niggas don't play fair. And the shoes came back out on the move, the next move. And I wanna say, I know we ain't checked nobody in that day, but I wanna say the GDs checked them boys in on his own. Yeah, I think after we addressed it and we made it a big issue, I think the GDs sent them up on their own. But I know we ain't had to do nothing. I know we got the tennis shoes back. But yeah, that was Lee County. Now, I could tell you a funny story about when we got into it with the Serenos, we had to punish them little niggas. Now, I said that very easy and effortlessly. Momo, you good? Huh? Go, 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 go. Yeah, we got into it with the Serenos. They were so deep that, man, rest in peace to my man Machine. He didn't even have a knife. He just was knocking their ass out like pinball. Boom, 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 boom. Ask anybody about Vernon Borkins if y'all think he on always making something up. Shout out to Machine. Long live Asadi, man. Yo, easy, man. Chill out. Yeah. He was knocking them out. Listen, when I'm saying knocking them out, I'm talking about 5 or 6 of them. Boom, boom. You know they ain't real big dudes. All of them was about that high. Man, he was knocking their ass out all over the compound. Bang, boom, bah, boom. What was we doing? We was slinging knives. But I had a vicious standoff with the Bloods. Was he a Blood or he a Crip? Well, they was together, so it don't matter. I had a vicious standoff. Me and the young homies at Gilmer FCI, we had a standoff with the Bloods and the Crips from the East Coast. Shout out to New York Fraz. I believe Fraz was a New York guy. Slim's cold-blooded, man. He was knocking niggas out in Gilmer. But Fraz was a New York guy that had turned Crip or Blood in the joint. I don't remember. I want to say Crip, but not regular Crip, like East Coast Crip. And we had a young homie that used to be with us named Lil Creek. Creek was a wild youngin', man. All the hot in the world. I believe that's how he died, having too much hot. But a lot of dudes ain't like him. I had a lot of love for him. Plus, he was connected to my family on the street, so we used to say we was cousins. Anyway, make a long story short, in flag football could get kind of tough in the feds. And in flag football, he got a blindside hit, and everybody was laughing at him about it, and he was upset about it. So he did something that you're not supposed to do with men. He yelled at the sideline and told all them niggas suck my dick. You can't talk to men like that. So niggas wanted to see him, but in the process of niggas wanting to see him, they ain't know that me and some other young homies was out there. When I say the young homies, I was about 30 years old. All the little young homies was 22, 23. Big Oi from Berry Farms might have been 20, might have been 25, but he was 6'4", 200 pounds, like Lawrence Taylor. He played on our football team too. Anyway, make a long story short, as it got heated, and there's a lot of people that's still alive that was on that compound there. As it got heated, I ain't wanted to get too heated. So what I ended up doing was I ended up running what we call Lawton Bush. So I ain't had no knife on me. This is a true story. After we had it done on negotiations, and let me tell you what my stand was before I tell you what the Bush game was I ran. So my stand was, y'all not gonna do nothing to Shawty. If anything happened to Shawty, we gonna do it. And you know what I mean? He said what he said, but y'all violated too. Crips and Bloods running together. No, sometimes. It depends on the situation. In this situation, the overall factor was they was from New York. Just some of them became East Coast Bloods, some of them became East Coast Crips. But they was all rocking under the New York flag at this one time. So when I say what I'm saying, I don't want y'all to think that I was disrespecting the men that was out there, because the men that was out there really didn't care. Yo. So he say, oh no, I say, man, look, I'm tired of going back and forth about the matter. I said, y'all strap, we strap, what's up, man? If we can't get no understanding, let's get to pushing. Let's get to slinging. And then I'm running my Lord Bush, let's get to slinging. I'm walking and talking, right? Ah, man, so I'm walking and talking. You did that? Yeah, so I'm walking and talking. And the old timers come up. The Lord niggas, the old Fed niggas, the 50-year-old niggas. The niggas that everybody think ain't about no action no more, that'll tear your head off. They walk up. When they hit me, say, man, we can get to slinging. What's up? What's up? I fake reaching and everything. Make a long story short, don't nothing ever happen. We squash it. Well, I ain't gonna say we squash it, but it get kind of dead it right there, right? V, what's up? Might ain't do nothing to bro, fuck 'em. Yeah, so when it sort of died down and everybody like, nah, fuck that shit, let DC deal with that shit. We walking off. The old timers walk up on me and say, man, man, I thought we was gonna get the slinging out there. I thought we was gonna have to crush them niggas. I said, I ain't even had no knife. I ain't even had no knife. I'm running what we call cold-blooded Bush game. I'm bluffing. But the bluff got us out of it. I mean, just because I ain't had no knife don't mean that. It was 1,000 knives out. It was 1,000 knives out there. It was 1,000 knives out there. I seen you the other way, big guy. I seen you the other way the other day. You over here the same way somewhere? You know what? Let me cut this on. Hold on. Okay.